Spring was never waiting for us, girl. It ran one step ahead as we followed in the dance. Between the parted pages and were pressed in love's hot fevered iron like a striped pair of pants. This park is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no. I recall the yellow cut.
What up, everybody? Welcome to an unusual stream on the Do Not Worry channel, y'all. I watched Beetlejuice for the first time yesterday with Demi, so that explains that song. Wanted to do something dramatic for the intro. Hope you guys like it. Richard Harris. I didn't know Richard Harris. Sir Richard Harris. I didn't know the guy sang. He played Dumbledore in the first 2 Harry Potter movies, among many other iconic roles. But most of you would know him as the OG Dumbledore. Albus Dumbledore. Hello, everyone. Yeah, hello, Sahla. Welcome, welcome. We got a super chat. Matthew Velasquez asks, I've heard about a region in Lebanon called Lucy where a lot of people speak Portuguese. Can you confirm it? Never heard of that before. Shit. Never heard of that before. That's interesting. No? There's a lot of Lebanese people in Brazil, so I wouldn't be shocked if there's a lot of people in Lebanon that speak Portuguese, because Brazil has a massive Lebanese population. Massive, so that could be it. It's going to be a very laid-back stream, folks. Just going to talk about a couple of things. A couple of things happen. No poets allowed. Sends $10 and says hooray for Anthony. Well, thank you for the generous dono, folks. Welcome to the stream. Before we get going, if you guys would like to support the channel, feel free to do so on Patreon. We need your help. We don't need your help, but the channel is supported by generous viewers like yourself. You can also join by becoming a YouTube member. I'd cut to the Maki cam, but Maki's not here, folks. Maki's not here. You can. Let me take a second to thank some of our lovely patrons: Elian Mujabir, Daniel Nechle, EU Watson, Coco No, Pee Wee Hernan, Joey Daboul, Rhea D, blonde patrons like Lipton Ramen, Dana Ahmad, It's Dylan, Marianne S, Falafel Brain, Ahmad M, and Nicolas Malouf. Thank you so much. And abductee patrons like Yip McYib, Catlin Kegla, Polish Pusher, James D. Dukers, Burp Reynolds, Jess Polito. A lot of names that you guys will recognize in the live chat. So thank you so much to all our lovely patrons and our lovely members. You guys help us keep the lights on. You guys can also send super chats like Jim has been doing, No Poets Allowed, and like Matthew Velasquez. We thank you guys so much, but you guys don't have to do any of that to support the channel. It is more than enough for you guys to simply like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a Do Not Warrior if you're watching us live, engage in the live chat, join our Discord. We have a very lively community. Excuse me. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, if this video stays up on YouTube, leave a comment if you're doing that. Jim D. Duker sends $5 and says, no poets allowed is me. You're Mukhtar Jim. Oh, really? We got a double 2 account. Fucking awesome. Jim donating through 2 accounts. Mayor Jim, folks. Mukhtar Jim. Our beloved Jim D. Dukers. We love you. Whimsical Wanderers Patreon. Sorry, what's that, Nour? Do not worry. What's better for your channel, Patreon or YouTube membership? Whimsical Wanderers, by the way, folks, we've talked about this on the last live stream, which we managed to save. The FUPA Fund. Give them a quick shout out. I don't think that I can take it. But this episode is definitely going to get demonetized because of that song, but worthy for the intro. FUPA Fund, folks. if you guys want to support the Fupa Fund, a portion of your donations go to Gaza. Awesome designs. They're going to update them weekly. It's kind of like a little mini Teddy Fresh, but you got a little skull instead. By our very own Whimsical Wanderers. Thank you, everyone, for the cool. It's not. This is kind of like a thick corduroy shirt. It's not really a jacket. So everybody, welcome to the stream. We're gonna be chilling. So thank you to the Whims. Ooh, look at that horrifying Ela design. Oh my god, bro. This is some creative shit, bro. So, I just want to talk about a couple of things. There's stuff that I have to get off my chest. Like, I couldn't even imagine getting back to streaming or streaming without... Let's share the link right here. Sorry, I'm going to share the Fupa Fund link in the live chat. Boink, boink. Yes, Irene, RIP Saleh. And for those of you who don't know, Irene is talking about Saleh Al-Jafari, who's a Palestinian journalist / like content creator. He's been one of the most recognizable faces from this genocide. And yeah, Israel murdered him. It just happened to MOBA. So before we get into anything, I want to get something out of the way. And I'm not going to get into any details, because the whole thing has just kind of been very annoying to deal with. But this is, I mean, I just want to address a little bit of what happened on the last couple streams. Sort of the reaction. And just like reset expectations with certain audience members. And just like clarify some things of what this channel is. Kind of like my philosophy on this channel and what I kind of want these streams to be. So the whole Hassan and Kaya thing has been going on. As you guys know. Oh, Whimsical Wanderers sends $10 and says, Fupa Fund is not quite finished. I'm so sorry, my friends. I got hit by a car. Holy shit. But I'm working on getting it finished today. Thank you, Anthony. We have 2 special designs for you. Holy shit. Well, thank you, guys. Would love to see those designs, but get well soon. Take your time, man. Are you kidding me? Sentimentkon, holy shit. Car accident. W's in the chat. Some well wishes in the chat for Whimsical Wanderers. Like, goddamn. Forget the t-shirts. Take care of yourself. So just back to the Kaya and Hassan situation. Like, this is the first time I kind of felt like I didn't want to stream, or like I kind of felt nervous of coming on stream. I felt it before when like H3 reacted to like one of my clips and like they mass reported the channel. I was like nervous because I felt for the first time that people were like watching my shit and like clipping us to get us in trouble and like share it on the H3 subreddit. It kind of made me nervous. I was like, shit, have I reached like a certain level of like streaming success, which I have not. That's what I thought at the time. Where like I need to watch out for people looking to clip me out of context. So that made me kind of nervous. Now I'm facing a different kind of and actually once when I said that Trisha Paytas was a Zionist on the podcast, people went kind of crazy. People were upset with me that time. But like I didn't feel like there was that much pushback. Like I felt like there was a bit of pushback on Reddit and stuff. Like it was okay. This time I felt like it was different, and I felt that it's the first time that the people that were disagreeing with me in many cases were like following up with like kind of like not a threat, but like, I mean, hey, look, I'm gonna unsubscribe if you don't say this or if you say that. Like I felt like there was kind of a script that I was supposed to follow, and I was not allowed to deviate from that script at all. And it's kind of crazy to me that like I think it's clear. I've made it very clear on this channel how big of a Hassan fan I am and have been. I used to hate Hassan back in the day, and I've talked about that too when he used to drop those videos on Facebook. A lot of the videos that people knock him on now, his old videos, the TYT stuff, the short TYT videos, I used to hate him. I used to think he was insufferable. I used to think he was a fucking douchebag, to be honest with you guys. Then with time, when he started to do his own thing, streaming, he started to grow on me bit by bit. And then when he started collabing with H3 and did Leftovers, I started to watch even more Hassan. And then he really started to grow on me to a point where like I really look up to him, and he's one of my inspirations when I make YouTube videos. Like I have a lot of inspirations, and people think it's just H3. H3 is one of the main ones for this show, but I started making YouTube videos long before I even knew what H3 was. So H3 is one of my inspirations for making YouTube videos. Hassan is one of my inspirations, and how like he conducts himself and how he does a lot of things online. He's definitely a role model in this space for a lot of people, not just for myself, obviously. I look up to a guy called John Campia for you movie fans out there. He's been doing it. I've been watching John Campia live streams. He talks about movie news. I've been watching that motherfucker for like over 10 years. I've been watching Red Letter Media for years. Like there's have a lot of inspirations from many places. What I don't like is being told not to criticize someone or not to call something out or just not to even question something. Like it felt very, and again, I'm not going to get into any details because a lot of people were pointing out to me, they're like, hey, we don't want to give ammo to the opposition, or you don't want to, so hey, fuck it, let's do that. And I took down the first 2 other lives. I'm just going to talk a little bit about my, I'm going to share my thoughts a little bit, then I'm going to go through some Reddit posts. They're all anonymous. I removed all of the names. I don't want to call anyone out. Like, I'm not angry at anyone. I just don't like the vibes, and I don't want to have shitty vibes streaming. Marina sends $2 and says, every respectful opinion is valid. Of course. So, I had a slightly different opinion than... So, I think what's happening now is... And I'm not the first person to bring this up, but there are like 2 camps right now. It's like the pro-Hassan camp and the anti-Hassan camp. If you're in the pro-Hassan camp, you have to take everything he says completely at face value, 100% agree with Hassan, don't question anything, boom, that's it. Hassan said this, that means that's the truth. And for the most part, that's what I do. I'm not in here to question people, especially when it comes to, I don't like talking about fucking pets and people's kids and like CPS on kids and like someone getting their pets taken away. I'm not into any of that. We like to talk about fun, silly things on the show. I'm not into trying to get into like people's personal lives and like someone trying to get my cats taken away. None of that shit. That doesn't sound fun. That's not a topic that interests me. It interests a lot of people. Right now, the Kaya topic is very algorithm friendly, I suppose. So I understand that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Jim D. Duker sends $5 and says, this is a test to see if Super Chats calls me Jim. Jim again, the way I prefer. Yes, Jim. It says Jim D. Dukers. So, anyways, yeah, I never want to feel that like I can't call out someone, especially when it's very clear that I'm a fan of that person. And people start accusing you, like, if you call, so yeah, people either want you to be 100%. This is what happened. I support Hassan, and I do support Hassan, folks. And I don't think he ever abused Kaya in no way, shape, or form. But I either have to completely toe the line and follow like a script almost at some point, or I'm anti-Hassan, I'm pro-Hutch, I'm pro-H3, I'm pro-Nicholas the Oreo, I'm pro-Keemstar, I'm, you know what I mean, all that sort of thing. I think that's kind of crazy. So I don't really like that feeling. I don't like feeling like I have to censor myself or not talk about things, especially when I'm coming at it from a very like good faith perspective, and I'm not making any I'm not making any definitive claims. And for the most part, I was kind of fucking discovering that shit like live on stream with you guys. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Someone pointed that out on Reddit. Like, if he's just doing this stuff for like if he's just discovering this stuff now, maybe do it off cam first. And I tried, to be honest with you guys, but like I couldn't get to a satisfying conclusion because that shit was fucking confusing. Like, yeah, sure, if I just listened to what Hassan said, it is what it is. But I just had I just pointed out some inconsistencies. I was like, look, the caller looks more like this than it does like that. But hey, look, if he says he's not fucking doing that, then he's not doing that for the most part. And I agree. But even saying that like, the callers look a little bit different was enough to send people into a frenzy. I literally had someone leave a comment on a post that I had, a community post that I now deleted, so I couldn't screenshot it or anything. I should have. They literally said, if you don't apologize to Hassan, I'm going to unsubscribe. For literally saying repeatedly that Hassan does not abuse Kaya, that Hassan takes really good care of Kaya, that I've been watching Hassan stream for a while, and we saw Kaya grow up in front of our very eyes. If she were being abused, someone would have noticed something a long time ago. I pointed all of those things out. For some reason, it's not enough for some people. Nogzolato sends, sorry guys, I'm going to interrupt sometimes to read super chats. Nogzolato sends $5 and says, personal story, I'm salty towards Hassan's mods and Adam McIntyre's mods because they are insensitive or they don't understand nuance, especially Adam's mods. Polish Pusher sends $5 and says, you're awesome, Anthony. I have to go to sleep, but I wanted to stay awake long enough to encourage you to be true to yourself. We'll be here. Well, thank you, Polish Pusher, and thank you, Nogzolato, for the generous donors in Polish. Very nice of you. Thank you so much. Jordan M, who's been a member for 7 months. Holy shit, thank you, Jordan, and a patron, beloved member of the community. Examining evidence and coming to your own conclusion instead of accepting the narrative as good and healthy. Touch grass. Nerds. And Honk Big sends $3 and says, I think you were very normal about this. Well, thank you, Honk Big. Look, I mean, the people that were getting upset to be honest with you guys, are definitely the minority. But like, I'll be honest with you guys, the channel lost like 50 subscribers because there was like a Reddit post. And look, it's fine. It's fine. Yo, if you're that extreme of a viewer where a slight disagreement is enough to make you unsubscribe, that's fine. You're probably not the kind of viewer that I would want on here. Or if I'm only useful to you, if I fit your narrative, or if I'm spewing out stuff that makes for like a good clip that can help prove one of your points at some point. But then if I say something that slightly deviates from it, then all of a sudden I'm being told that I'm doing this to get back into H3's good graces. That was really the funniest one. After everything we've done on this channel, apparently I'm trying to suck up to the H3 podcast and the Fupa Troopers. I cannot repeat it enough how much, like, when, for example, when Hassan posted a clip of me, the first time this channel got any international attention was when Hassan reacted to a clip that Capri from the Arabs podcast had shared on Twitter. Hassan reacted to it on his stream. I literally clipped Hassan reacting to us, even though for like 20 seconds of that clip he's like off camera eating or some shit. And I still put that on my Instagram, and it's still up there. I don't post on Instagram very often, but like the post of Hassan reacting to us is still up on there on my Instagram because of how much I love Hassan and how much I was like fucking honestly honored to be on his stream. Really big fan of the guy. So I don't feel like I want to sit here and also like defend like I swear guys, I like Hassan. Don't get mad at me. The whole thing is just you know. But I just think that no one should be above criticism. And a lot of people think that my show is only known for, isn't it like, aren't you the guy who only talks about H3 and who's known for like being an H3 Fallen fan? Well, if that should tell you anything about me, is that even if I really look up to someone, and even if it's someone that has inspired me to start this whole channel and to start this whole show, I was still willing to criticize Ethan when he did something wrong. And I didn't just criticize Ethan overnight. I gave Ethan a lot of the benefit of the doubt, and it was like multiple streams, multiple episodes, multiple instances of him spewing Zionist shit where I was like, you know what? I think this is a problem. Like, this isn't a one-time thing. This is a trend. This is a whole thing. There's a problem there. Like, even if Hassan were to do something that I disagree with, you think I'm going to side with like the toxic side of the internet that's trying to get Hassan off of Twitch and stuff? Like, absolutely not. You guys are crazy. You guys are nuts. So I just want everyone to chill out a little bit about that. And also, I felt like at some point I was trying to, like, people are expecting, like, look, Hassan, I think his biggest failing was just he did a half-assed job defending himself. You know what I mean? I think he did a half-assed job defending himself. If I were him, I would have been a lot more clear. I would have done things differently. If I were him, I think he did a piss-poor job in defending himself. And he's given his detractors a lot of ammunition to just kind of go at him willy-nilly with no one to defend him. And in my mind, if you want people to like defend you effectively, give them the tools to defend you effectively. Why am I supposed to make a bigger effort to defend Hassan than he put himself? You know what I mean? Fuck it. If you guys are happy with what he said, he showed you the collar. Like, that's what it is. It vibrates. It doesn't shock. It is what it is. You've seen Kaya on stream for 2 years, and we have, and she's been treated like a queen, like a princess. He's satisfied with that to being his explanation. His audience is satisfied with that being his explanation. I'm not going to go like this to be like, yeah, actually, fuck it. It is what it is. I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing for me to add to the whole situation. All I can say is I agree that Kaya's treated very well. She seems like an extremely happy dog. There are so many sweet, adorable compilations of Kaya and Hassan online that are like heart-melting. I just found it crazy that like people are so quick to like discard you over just like one question, like, the caller just slightly looks like this. You're a piece of shit. You're a, like, I just found it just kind of unnecessary, to be honest with you guys. And I'm not, look, I need to develop, if I'm going to be a streamer and if I'm going to be online, I need to develop thick skin. I'm not used to this. I used to do one pre-recorded episode a week just a few months ago. That's what we used to do on the show to a small niche Lebanese audience. Now I'm streaming live, so a lot of the things that I'm saying, I'm reacting to live. I'm streaming way more often. I'm streaming 4 to 5 times a week for multiple hours at a time, so it's not like it used to be. Our show is getting clipped by random fucking people online, and sometimes these clips are getting reacted to on big podcasts and stuff. Like, I have a whole segment of the internet that hates me. Everything has changed for me in a very short amount of time, and I'm still adjusting, and I have to develop thick skin, and I don't want to be someone who like is checking Reddit for what people are saying about him or stuff like that. You know what I mean? Just this time, it just so happened to happen. But I do have to take this stuff way more casually as well. Drac the Ripper has just become a member of the channel. Thank you, Drac. Very much appreciate you. And again, for the vast majority of people were very chill about this. I think most people understood where I was coming from and understood my intentions, which is just very important to me. You know what I'm saying? And like, I mean, who the fuck is what? I want to read some Reddit posts, and I want to try to, maybe that'll help guide what I'm trying to say, and like, if I can debunk some things. Sunflower Dragon sends $5 and says, it's amazing how ridiculous people can be. My view is that you were playing the devil's advocate and presenting the case for discussion purposes. Honestly, my take was the least satisfying take anyone could ever want. And even as I was thinking about it, I'm like, okay, this is what I think is the overall story here and the way all the pieces fit together. And I'm like, who is this going to make happy? This doesn't make the people that hate Hassan happy. This doesn't make the people that love Hassan happy. It doesn't make anyone fucking happy. I'm like, this is such a shitty conclusion. The conclusion that I've come to, which I'm not going to go over or discuss. But that's what, like, based on everything that I saw and how I felt like the situation unfolded and how Hassan reacted to it, I'm like, okay, I could see if this is what happened, I can kind of understand it. And I'm sorry if I'm being vague. I just don't want to get into this shit anymore. Veronica H Song sends 15 shekels. Hello, Veronica. And says, I can't believe the subject matter is Ethan and his mental issues again, when crazy, scary, maybe hopeful things are happening in Gaza. What a world. I know, right? Instead of talking about Gaza, I just want to talk about this and just reset expectations with the audience. To whoever wants to unsubscribe, like, hey, yes, I might say something that slightly doesn't fit the narrative of a person that you really like. Also a person that I don't really like. And it might be something disappointing for me to say or do. Again, I don't think Hassan did anything wrong. I think Hassan loves Kaya, and I think Kaya is very happy. So no harm done over there. But if I'm ever put in a situation where, like, the whole internet was talking about it, I kind of wanted to share my opinion on it, because we talk about Hassan a lot on this channel. We defend Hassan a lot on this channel. We defend friends of Hassan a lot on this channel. I thought it would be weird for me to just completely ignore the story that people and a whole segment of the internet was using to cancel Hassan, to deplatform Hassan, get him in trouble with PETA and whatever. So I'm like, yeah, I have to talk about this. But the conclusion that I came to, and it was such a measured conclusion. Again, once you read some of the Reddit posts of like what they think it is that I said, it's kind of insane. Which also just makes me wary of maybe the audience that I've developed over the last year. Like, you know, maybe it's definitely good that some of these people are unsubscribing, because I don't want to be shackled by anyone. And I've already feel like the fact that I removed the last 2 live streams, I don't feel good about it. But I did listen to people that were saying, hey, what if this stuff is used as ammunition and like it could be clipped out of context, etc. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. They don't need to be up there. Like, fuck it. I'm not attached to them. I clipped the Anna Kasparian thing. Well, that was my favorite discussion. There was a lot of cute cat stuff on those lives that I'm sad to lose. Mustafa Jav sends $5 and says, I'm a shameless Hassan fanboy, even back from his TYT days. Only thing I disagree with him on his take is UBI. Yang Gang, baby. Oh, I'm a big fan of UBI. I don't like Andrew Yang, though. Andrew Yang is kind of a douche. But I love the concept of UBI, especially with fucking AI coming to take everyone's fucking jobs. Like, what do you expect people to do? You're going to take all our jobs away and give them to computers? We need to get some universal basic income. Manus Arcade sends a $5 and says, Hassan is used to dealing with hate and harassment. He sees this as no different. He said some of the memes are funny. He's played into them a bit with jokes. I know, and look, I hope this kind of dies down a little bit with time, because it's getting stupid. And we're going to react to some clips. I want to watch some clips that people are posting of Hassan that are completely insane. Like, they're going back and analyzing every single bit of footage. And if Hassan did this while Kaya moved, that's it. He's after. So I want to react to some of these insane clips just to show you how far it's gone. And I do think now the fact, and people made that point a lot as well, which again, I always have nuance, like for the most part, I have nuanced opinions. Like even now, I can't be like, everyone on Reddit is wrong. Like, no, some of them made some good points. Like, okay, even if Hassan did come out and literally showed the caller as clearly as I would have liked and gave the model number as clear as I would have liked, that still wouldn't have been good enough for some people, because now people are complaining about Hassan forcing her to sleep on the bed, whether or not he's using a shot collar. So, and like, he's not letting her move. And so they're going to complain about everything. And I understand that. So their point is like, even giving it any inch of air is you're just adding fuel to the fire. And I completely understand that. Why, again, I removed the other 2 lives. So we're gonna react to some Reddit posts. Again, I'm not trying to, if any of you guys are in the chat who wrote these, it's all love. I'm just gonna read these. Your names aren't here. Okay, I'm not putting anyone on blast. Don't go on Reddit and like respond or anything like that. I already replied to some people very respectfully, as respectfully as I could, which I shouldn't do. I know that's a bad thing. That's amateur Anthony streamer getting on Reddit and replying to the comments. But anyways, let's move on. Cassie Nova sends $2 and says, sending love to counter the parasocial toxicity. Well, thank you, Cassie Nova. Again, for the most part, the majority of people were very sweet and loving. I'm not used to this. You know what I mean? And I don't want it to seem like I'm trying to fuck with anyone. Okay, so this first comment, some of these are replies to other comments. You won't get to see it. But anyways, this person says, I watch them a fair bit and like DNW, but Anthony often talks about things he has no idea about and then says, it's just my opinion. Or say he is just joking when he reads chat calling it out. This was about the collar. He kept saying the clip looks really bad and that the collar doesn't look like the vibrating one. I'm assuming after Hassan clearly showed the collar, Anthony is realizing his opinion was flat out wrong and removed videos without just admitting he is wrong. So this person thinks that I removed the videos because I thought that my reaction to them was wrong. And instead of admitting that I was wrong, I removed the videos instead. No, I didn't think that my opinion was wrong. It was just an opinion. And I still think Hassan did a shitty job at showing the collar. I still think that the collar that he showed does not look like the vibrating collar. It could still be just a vibrating collar, but it just matched the other one, the thicker one. That's it. All the placements of the body are the same. They're identical. All I said is it didn't match. I removed the videos because of people taking the fear of people taking what I was saying out of context and using them to make Hassan. But no, honestly, the biggest problem with this, and I think Hassan could have saved himself a lot of grief potentially, is if he just clearly just showed the fucking collar, man. You know what I mean? Like, he held it in a weird fucking way. That's all I can say. You know what I mean? You can get mad at that. Again, we love Hassan and Kaya, but I know that's not enough for some people. And this was one of the nicer comments as well. Okay. This person said, it bothered me how comfortable Anthony was criticizing Hassan for not addressing the controversy. How would he have handled it? How he would have handled it. So he's talking about, because I kept saying how I would have handled it. And yet, at the slightest pushback from Anthony's audience, he got defensive and angry at chat. He stormed out of the room when he was too agitated and then removed the streams to save face. Again, I remember leaving the room. I never stormed out of the room. Making it seem like I got mad, like, hey, what the fuck you, chat? I'm getting the fuck out of here. It would never happen like that. At one point, I got a little bit overwhelmed, and I got like, I was like stuck reading chat, so I felt like I wasn't speaking or anything. So I was like, kind of fuck this. I was like, fuck this. I need like just a couple of minutes to myself. Like, I didn't storm out of the room. Like, do you guys remember like that? Does anyone in the chat right now remembering like that? No. Like, we recently crossed 30,000 subs. We're definitely going back down to 29K. I promise you, 29.9K, baby. My fate is the same as Ethan's. It was bound to happen. Okay, let me catch up with chat for a second. Veronica sends another 15 and says, for every one that leaves, 10 people are looking for podcasts that are serious about politics and also friendly and accepting. The only loser is Ethan. Well, that's true. Madness sends another 5 and says, they just hate Hassan. They don't care about Kaya. Why don't they use that vibe towards the IDF, harm and wildlife in Palestine, even pal animals? And I said repeatedly, said, everyone who's pretending to be concerned does not give a shit about Kaya. They just want to cancel Hassan. They just hate Hassan. That's the difference. It's not being done out of love and concern for Kaya. It's being done out of hatred and spite for Hassan. Look at all the people that are pushing this. I just thought he could have done a better job at just showing the fucking collar. And that was it, man. I don't think he's out there zapping her every second. Nogzolotl sends $2 and says, drama will blow over. Just look at Tana Montague. Or Monju, sorry, Montague. And Dreadful Utopia sends 2 euros and says 50 people out of 30,000 does not represent us, boss. No, I know. It's just, it's just kind of annoying. Whimsical Wanderer sends $5 and says the bright side of people talking about you is your channel is getting big enough that people are talking about you. Your channel is doing well. Well, thank you. I mean, look, they did make some of their posts did make me feel kind of shit. We're gonna get there. Jim D. Dukers sends another $2 and says, I love almost everybody. I just love Anthony more. Well, thank you, Jim. We love you. Let's get into some more of these posts. So yeah, this person says I was too agitated and stormed out of the room when the comments were getting too much. And again, I removed the streams to save face. I did not remove the streams to save face. I promise you guys. I removed the streams because I was being told that it could be used, it could be clipped out of context, and it could be used as ammunition. And we don't want to support. There was two phrases. You're feeding the trolls. You're feeding the trolls, and you're giving them ammo. Which is why, if you guys want me to bring them back, I can bring them back. But also at this point, they've been offline for like 2 days, so their view counts is completely warped. So it's just gonna bother me. So I'd rather keep him offline. So this person also, I mean, look, at least that person watched. So hello if you're watching. But I mean, I don't. If it seemed like I was storming out in anger, I'm sorry. That's not how I was just kind of upset. I was upset and overwhelmed, honestly, and I felt like I needed a second. And being live is fucking annoying, man. Like when you're live and you're fucking like, I don't wish that feeling upon anyone. Like you're live, there's people watching. There was a couple of hundred of you guys in there, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I need a second to myself. What do I do? You know what I mean? So just fucking walk off. The best I could do in that moment. I will learn and be better. So this person said, I watched the stream and he's still saying that it's a shock collar, but not that he's using it to shock and won't budge. So weird. I've unsubbed for now anyway. His ego grates on me a bit. And then this person replies and says, agreed, if not, for the ego. So the fact that I said that it looks like a shock collar, like literally, these people are literally unsubbed because I said the collar looks more like the shock collar. That annoys people. Just pointing out a fact, or at least maybe if you don't want to call it a fact, you want to call it an opinion, you can say it's your opinion, man. Just for saying that, hey, I think it looks like that, and by still saying that he's not shocking her, he's not abusing her. But if you're just saying, like, people that are saying, no, it doesn't look like that, it looks like this only vibrating one, it doesn't look like the only vibrating one. I'll stick to that, you know what I'm saying? I'll lose another 10 subs. Let's see how many are we losing now. Let's see. Oh, no, still stable. So I watched the stream and he's still saying that it's a shock collar, but not that he's using it to shock. And yeah, like I said, my take was the least satisfying one. I'm like, it looks like a shock collar, but I don't think he's using it to shock. So people are like, why are you even saying that? Just say it's not. Just say it looks like the vibrate only one. Since you're saying, since Anthony, you're saying he's not shocking her. Why don't you just say that it looks like the vibrate only collar? Because I don't think it does. I don't think it looks like it. So maybe I should just shut the fuck up. Maybe I should just not talk about these topics. I'm going to start evaluating beforehand. Like, if I don't have a satisfying take that's going to get all the Hassan fans happy, maybe I shouldn't say. And by the way, again, I should clarify, this is not a Hassan fan channel. I'm a fan of Hassan's. I love Hassan. I look up to Hassan. If I get to meet Hassan one day, I'll tell him how much I look up to him, and I'll ask for a photo with Hassan. But this is not a Hassan fan channel. You know what I mean? This is not an anything fan channel. This is a me fan channel, okay? This is for my own ego and narcissism. I'm joking, but anyways. So yeah. And so they say my ego is grating, which I understand. Sure, you know, not everyone has to like me, guys. It's fair. You guys can dislike me. You guys can dislike me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not saying that the collar my opinions on the collar have nothing to do with ego. It's literally like, this is what it looks like. Do I want to lie so that people don't unsubscribe from my channel or not? That's kind of what it is. And I didn't like the feeling that, like, yeah, maybe I should lie. The fact that I even questioned, I'm like, should I just not say what I feel to please certain people? And the answer for me was no. I don't feel comfortable doing that. You know what I mean? Even if, again, I'm not even out here claiming that Hassan shocked Kaya in the clip. She clearly hit her fucking paw, bro, on the thing. That's the problem. Like, nuance is lost. And again, it's 2025, and I'm sure I've been guilty of this. I've seen clips in the past, and I'm like, yeah, this person's fucking crazy. And I've seen shit out of context, and I've shared shit out of context. It happens. It's gonna happen to me. It's okay. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Another comment. I didn't watch his stream, but from the comments, I'm getting the impression he believes Hassan shocks Kaya, and I'm losing my fucking mind at how dumb this entire thing is, and how seemingly reasonable people are so easily swayed. This is why our country is the way it is. Jesus fucking Christ. So this person says, I didn't watch his stream, but from the comments, I'm getting the impression he believes Hassan shocks Kaya. So a bunch of people who either didn't watch my stream or I don't know what the fuck they did, man. They made this person think that I'm out here saying that, like, Kaya, that Hassan is abusing Kaya, when I made like 30 fucking disclaimers over and over again that no such thing is fucking happening. Jim D. Duker sends $5 and says, your ego is not grading. It's great. Well, thank you, Jim. We love you very much. And a lot of you guys were super, like, encouraging on Discord and everything. So I very much appreciate you guys. I think I had to refresh my comments page. So I just want to make sure that I didn't miss any super chats since Jim's. And I took so long to bake it. How do I filter chat again? There we go. Sorry, guys. And I'm sorry if I can't keep up with all the chat. I'm really sorry, guys. So this person, I did not watch the stream. But from the comments, I'm getting the impression he believes Hassan shocks Kaya. I never said that. I don't think Hassan shocks Kaya. Maybe he has in the past. I don't know. Maybe he's lying about it. Like, I don't, again, it's not my problem anymore. It's not my fucking problem. Hassan defended himself. He's defending himself. I'm not gonna sit here and spend more time defending Hassan than he has defending himself. If he's happy with what he did, in terms of like showing off the collar and everything, I got nothing to do with it. Another comment. He ran defense about the CPS shit when Ethan first started crying about it. He does this occasionally, including very egregiously with AB, and it sucks. So this person says he ran defense about the CPS shit when Ethan first started crying about it. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not for fucking with anyone's kids, like, unless there's actual like child abuse fucking happening on a YouTube channel or something, of course. But like, yeah, I'm not here to participate in any CPS stuff. I'm not here to participate. And when people were like, Ethan killed Shredder, I did not feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel comfortable with Hassan should have his dog taken away. Yeah, I don't like the shit. If that's a problem, I know some people are like, hey, yeah, we love the CPS stuff. I wasn't cool with the CPS stuff because I felt like it distracted from the core issue, Zionism. Ethan and Ela spewing Zionist propaganda on their show. How does trying to get their kids taken away from them help rather than making them more stubborn and more unwilling to listen? You know what I mean? So, like, that's a bad thing. The fact that I ran defense, all I said was like, hey, I don't think that's a useful endeavor, or like, that's not a thing worth celebrating. Like, is it a distraction? Can it be funny sometimes? Like Ethan freaking out about it? I mean, sure, I guess, but I also like the whole thing. Yeah, ran defense about CPS, sure. Like, I don't know what to say about that. You know what I mean? We never celebrated the CPS stuff here. We covered it. And I tried to cover it as little as I could because I'm not interested in like people talking about their parenting on, like, you know, it's not about that. It was about Zionism. It was about dispelling the propaganda. That was it. And it was about creating a community for fans that lost their favorite show and giving them another place to come hang out. So, you know, that's that. Also, there was a comment that was on YouTube that I deleted the whole post, but someone was like, the show sucks when it's just Anthony. He's trying to make it into the Anthony show. Where are Nour? Where are Karine? Like, when it's just Anthony, it sucks. Guys, Nour and Karine have like jobs. They can't come here every day. I live here. The studio is in my house. Anytime I want to come stream, I can come stream. If I could have them come here every day and do the show with the whole crew every day, that's what I would do. Of course, it's a more fun show. It's a better show when everyone's around. We get to bounce around ideas. They get to react. I prefer it. The audience prefers it. I know. It's just I can't afford to pay them full-time salaries. And I don't even know if it's something they would want to do full-time. Like, I was just pointing out to that person. You get Anthony when the rest of the crew can't come here. I'm just filling in the blanks. You know what I mean? Of course, it's better when everyone is here. I never claimed otherwise. Okay, so yeah, he ran defense, and then he does this occasionally, including very egregiously with AB. We have, and I've been guilty, and I've said it, and I know you guys hate it when I do it. We did give AB and Lena a lot of fucking leeway, a lot of grace, and I would get mad at AB, then the next week, hey, you know what, maybe AB's not that bad, then I would get mad at AB, then you know what, maybe AB's a sweet guy, maybe we just have, I know I've done that, and I guess it's annoying people, you know what I mean, but like, you guys have to understand, AB's Lebanese, I'm always gonna, like, we were always, not anymore, it's done, but like, there was always going to be that extra level of grace, especially when he would, sometimes I would feel like he would budge a little bit. I'd be like, maybe there's a chance. So maybe it was a bit longer than most people, but I like the fact that it was longer than most people because it shows them that, like, not everyone's fucking, like, super fucking crazy angry all the time. Like, there is a chance for dialogue. So, but apparently that really annoyed people. So that person really hated it. And also, some people on Reddit were defending me, and people that had seen the stream, oh, lost another sub. The people that were watching the stream, that had seen the stream, were replying to some people. Again, even now, I think I'm being super, like, fair and just, like, fucking nice and understanding. Even this is going to piss some people off. So at this point, you can't win with these people. You know what I mean? Like, and I can't be held hostage by, honestly, such, like, people that are so sensitive to stuff like that. Like, it's not healthy. It's not healthy for me. It's not healthy for them. This person says, yeah, I agree. I've seen him do some mental gymnastics to make excuses for others, but he immediately jumps on a random fuck Hassan drama train over the silliest, most absurd accusations I've seen on YouTube in a while. So I've apparently what I've done is I've jumped on a fuck Hassan drain trauma. So I've jumped on the fuck Hassan train. You know how easy it would be for me to jump on the fuck Hassan train right now? You know how lucrative it would be right now for me to make like a video like Hassan fan turns on Hassan. He did use a shock collar. He did abuse Kaya. Holy shit. Could you imagine that? Oh my, guys, I'll be friends with fucking Keemstar. Nicholas the Oreo will have me on his show. I could collaborate with Harley Morenstein. Like, no, but like, do you know how many views I could probably get if that's what I wanted to do? Dude, what the fuck? You know what? Like, H3 Fallen Fan turns on Hassan too. I could find a way to spin that shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's not at all what it is, man. So I jumped on the fuck Hassan train. All I said was like, hey, I'm sure he didn't abuse his dog. He treats Kaya perfectly. We have 2 years of footage to go back and like that we know that, you know, she's treated like a queen. But there's just, I would have handled a couple of things differently, and this thing doesn't really look like that. So that's just kind of confusing me, you know? He jumped on the fuck Hassan train. Okay, I guess. Shit, man. I guess. I don't know what to say to that person, you know? I might have replied. I don't know what I told him. If I did say something, I'm sure it was respectful. The Whimsical Wanderer sends another $10 and says, any of us who've been shit on by Reddit users will tell you, try not to dig too deep into it. It's super painful. We love you, Anthony. It was a stressful situation to handle live, and you were fine. Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys and all the kind words. Again, don't feel bad for me, guys. I'm fine. I don't need no pity. Matthew Valeska says, I know this is not an exclusive movie podcast, but I love those episodes. More movie. I watched Tron and I watched The Smashing Machine. Do you guys want me to review those at the end of the stream? I could do a quick review of those if you guys would like. Let me just write them down here. Smashing Machine. Smashing Machine and Tron review. If you guys want, let me know in the chat. I can do a quick 2-minute review of each. Should be pretty quick. Give me something to believe in. Also, one more super chat and I'll continue with a comment. 3F Busb sends 50 seconds, says, man, I rewatched your clip on Anna Wilden today when I was stressing out badly due to how fun it was watching it the first time. Made my day way better. Yo, that Anna clip is a fucking classic. And Jank is even better, man. Jank is what a legend. Janetti Sketty, who's been a member for 8 months. Did you forget to write a message, Janet? I can't see your message. And Denogzalotto sends $2 and says, anything Trisha Hassan, H3 is a toxic concoction. So let's continue reading some of these comments real quick. And again, I'm not taking them very seriously, folks. I'm okay. I'm not sad. People can unsubscribe. We're definitely going to go below the 30,000 mark. Unless you guys can get your... Ooh, we went up a subscriber. Nice. I don't... That's not how I spend my time, folks. I don't look at that all the time. So anyways. So... What's next? I suppose Anthony just doesn't know Hassan that well. Like, there's 2 years of Hassan and Kaya on camera being loving. He was cold to her in a moment of frustration. It's true and not exactly appropriate. He apologized and acknowledged the bad look. What more is there to say about this? Kaya is fine. She bumped her nail and was overdramatic. If you have dogs, you know this. So, I literally said everything in this comment. I said that Kaya is fine. She bumped her nail. I said that. I also said that there's 2 years of Hassan and Kaya footage on camera being loved. I said that repeatedly in my streams. And I also gave it when, so the person said he was cold to her in a moment of frustration. It's true and not exactly appropriate. I even shared a personal story of how I've yelled at my own cats. But again, people either don't watch the whole thing or, again, no one has time to sit through a 2-hour stream. I get it. I literally shared personal stories of how I've yelled at my own cats out of frustration. Like, I'd be having a shitty day, then like Maki will just like wants to play or something, will like hop on me or something, and I'll be like, I'll snap at my fucking cat who did nothing wrong, and then I'll feel horrible right away and I'll pet him and obviously all that sort of thing. But like, it's happened to me. I didn't even need to share that story, but I was sharing that story to help Hassan and to fucking make it relatable. Like, yo, we've all been through that. Like, okay, he didn't go right away and pet Kaya when she yelped. It's okay. It happens. Sometimes I'll step on my cat's toe and it'll take me a minute to go pet him. It's fine. So I literally shared a story about that. So this person is saying, I suppose Anthony just doesn't know. I literally, everything that you're complaining about, I addressed on stream. All I did was not fully go along with everything immediately. That's what was happening. This person says, well, I never watch him all that much because I don't like him using bro every 2 sentences. So it's not a loss for me. Honestly, I've recently noticed that I say bro a lot. And it's also, I think, because it's one of the reasons, like, I'm not used to being on camera so long. I guess bro is like, has become like a filler word. You know what I mean? I'm used to, dude, we used to do 1 show a week. At our peak, they got to like 2 hours long. Once a week, a 2-hour show. Everything was tight. Topics were fucking tight. Everything was chosen. Everything was ready. Bam, 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 bam. Multiple people on cam. Not just me talking. Now sometimes it's just me streaming multiple times a week for like hours on end. I'm going to use some more filler words. And I guess bro is one of them. Bro. Bro. Happens. So sorry. I am sorry. I can try to cut down saying bro. I don't even like saying bro that much. This person says, not to be mean, but I've always gotten the feeling that Anthony dragged his audience unwillingly onto H3 as a topic. Like, we enjoy it because we're snarkers, but everyone else is fucking tired of the constant coverage. I don't disagree with this. Like, my Lebanese audience, oh, they were dragged fucking unwillingly into this whole fucking world. For sure. That is not... But also, like, honestly, my Lebanese... The content we were making, I was kind of bored of it at some point, man. Like, Lebanon is a small country. There's, like, a handful of influencers. We talked about everyone, man. We beefed with everyone. We got threatened with, like, 4 fucking lawsuits. Like, we did our thing. We beefed with people, then we'd beef with them again, like, 2 years later. Like, we had done the thing. You know, we did... And then at some point... I almost like stopped the podcast a few times. I almost like quit. And then the war happened. I was like, okay, we have to talk about the war. We can't stop talking about it. Like, and then every single other Lebanese podcast like stopped operating during the war last year with Israel. We fucking kept going, man. Every week we didn't give a fuck. We kept the show going to tell people what was happening. That's when Hassan saw our clip. That's when he talked about it, etc., etc. Then I talked about H3. Then all this shit fucking happened. So it was a natural kind of like evolution for us. And to me, I see it as like we graduated from, I'm sorry, like beefing with small time Lebanese creators to beefing with like the biggest podcasts in the world, and then getting the attention of so many other creators. And now we get to collaborate with like some amazing people. We got to do an amazing charity stream that I never would have been able to do 2 years ago with a show that I used to do. Man, we were able to raise together as a community $17,000 because we were able to connect with people like Prince Kunzler, Matt Lieb, Daniel Mate, all these amazing iDubbbz, all these amazing guests that we had on the show. That is because of the pivot that the show went on. And I'm very happy with that. I'm very proud of that. I love the new community that we have. Like my Lebanese audience was like into the show. They were engaged, but like not nearly as much as this. Like now we have this whole live audience, and these people were like, when I was feeling shitty over the weekend, they were there for me on fucking Discord, man. Like, I love the direction that the show went. And yeah, I do apologize to any of my Lebanese fans. And I told the crew, because inspired by this comment, no joke, I doubt the person's watching right now, but inspired by this comment, the crew is hard at work on a fully Lebanese-centric episode. We're going to dig up the like cringiest and most relevant 10 to 15 Lebanese creators on social media right now. We're going to go through them, like react to them, like old school, do not worry. Not that this person's going to watch, but I'm doing it for all the other audience members that are probably sick of all this American shit. But inspired by this person, we are going to be doing that. Sunflower Dragon 7516 sends $5 and says, people can look at the same thing and describe it differently. Do you, Anthony? You can bend yourself into a pretzel to please, and some will still be mad. I know, and I don't want to bend myself into a pretzel anymore. I felt like I was trying to do that too much over the last 2 streams, even to some degree today, because I want to move past all of this. And I even said, I think, a bit too much to still piss people off. I wanted to try to say nothing about the situation, but Sunflower Dragon says, you laughing so much at the Anna clip was hilarious. Jim, I fucking love that shit. Jim says, the Do Not Worry community is so non-toxic, we even love our moderators. We do, right? We have the coolest moderators in town here. Sunflower Dragon sends another 5. Thank you so much, Sunflower, and says, I call my dogs assholes all the time. It's fine till they start to learn English. Exactly. Right? But anyways. So yeah, angry Redditors, I'm listening to you. Then that person says, secondly, I get the impression that he's experimenting with rage bait / clout farming by entertaining the notion Hassan actually uses a shock collar, and I'm glad his audience is torching him for it. You know, the audience was not torching me for that. I think the audience was just mainly afraid that, like, hey, this is going to be used for the wrong reasons. Or like, yeah, why are you going along with this? Why are you even talking about this? Most of the audience was just tired of the topic. Like, they thought I spent way too long talking about it. And I felt it was important to spend all that time because I'm like, there's all these details. And like, people are talking about the shock collar. People are talking about, like, is she sleeping too much? All that sort of shit. But no. Am I experimenting with rage bait? Absolutely not. If I was experimenting with rage bait, I would full on commit to either Hassan, is fucking, you want rage bait? I would be like a fallen H3 fan turns on Hassan. Hassan has zapped his dog. Hassan is zapping Kaya live on, like, that's what I would, like, that is rage bait. You know what I mean? All I was like, hey, this is slightly inconsistent. I mean, I'm sure Hassan, like, again, I gave the least satisfying take for anyone. I don't even have anything. If someone wants to clip me, they're going to be fucking confused by the time. If they had clipped what I said in the other two streams, they would have been fucking confused. Wait, so he thinks that, but he doesn't think Hassan did this, but he thinks like that? Like, who the fuck would think that? I got to the fucking most confusing, most middle of the road fucking conclusion. I was like, this is, like, yeah, that kind of makes the most sense to me. So if that's rage bait, if me not immediately, like, to them, to this person, rage bait is just being like, I think Hassan didn't abuse his dog. Absolutely. He loves Kaya. But I just have a couple of questions. Rage bait. That is rage bait, apparently. So it's like, what if I actually said that, like, yeah, Hassan's out there fucking kicking his dog every day. That person would have thrown themselves off a fucking building. What would you have done if that's what I said? Bad Pierogies says, more tier lists, please. We should do more tier lists. We should do more tier lists. Nour, if you're in the chat, please add more tier... Oh, she is in the chat. Nour, please add more tier lists to the document. We should do more tier lists. Those are fun. Oh, this person. I love this person. This person says he believes Hassan abuses Kaya, and he said straight up that Ray and Hassan are dating. Bro is just spewing random misinfo. So yeah, I did say at some point I pulled up a video of Valkyrie, and I said, here's Hassan's girlfriend. I genuinely thought that they were dating, or even if they're not, or that it was like a public thing. I didn't know that it was like that it's something I shouldn't have talked about. And if it is something that I shouldn't have mentioned, I'm not going to mention it again. Even I feel even stupid kind of showing this comment right here. But I referred to her as his girlfriend. I shouldn't have. I don't even know if they're dating. It's something that I'd probably heard somewhere and just repeated. I didn't know that me saying that is putting them in danger. Someone was like, you're putting her in danger. I'm like, bro, me with my stream that's getting 4,000 views, I'm putting her in danger because I said I think they're like... Anyways, granted, I won't talk about this, but like this reaction to me is, and he believes Hassan abuses Kaya. How many times, again, to anyone who watched the stream, how many people heard me say that he does not abuse Kaya over and over and over and over again, multiple times. And I said it multiple times because I know some people join a stream halfway through, so I would repeat it 20 minutes into the stream, 40 minutes into the stream, an hour into the stream. Like, by the way, if you're just joining us right now, here's what I think. Again, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter to some people. Don't matter. I believe Hassan abuses Kaya, and he said straight up that Ray and Hassan are dating. Bro is just spewing random misinfo. I'm spewing random misinfo. Guys, I'm going to get people hurt with this information. I'm going to get people hurt with this misinformation. Dangerous things are happening on the Do Not Worry podcast. Let me tell you that. And then this other person also says, it might be the same person sometimes screenshotting. I can't remember at this point. This person says, he said before Valkyrie and Hassan are dating and show clips without any respect for their private life. Okay, I showed a clip of Valkyrie from her stream, but I showed, and she was just talking about like Kaya and stuff. So apparently showing that clip from her stream shows no respect for their private life. And in yesterday's stream again, before deleting the VOD twice on his channel, he showed a clip of her speaking about Kaya, saying, let's hear his girlfriend talking about it. Dead emoji. So the fact that, again, that I referred to her as his girlfriend is apparently sacrilegious, which again, I'm not going to do again. And if they're not even dating, I didn't know. And I'm sorry, genuinely. I didn't know. And if it's something that they want kept private, I will never utter that, and I will cut this section out of the fucking live stream once it's uploaded. So yeah, so that people were upset about that. This person says the streams were removed, and yeah, he did show a video of a professional trainer and cut it short. Look at this framing. Look at this framing. And he cut it short once the trainer admonished Hassan of any wrongdoing. So they're making it seem like I was watching the video hoping the trainer says that Hassan is guilty. And then once the trainer says Hassan is is innocent. I got pissed and like just cut off the video. Like, that's enough. This person's not. I literally was trying to convince the chat to watch the video, and chat was like, yo, we're so fucking bored of this stuff. And I was like, but guys, this person is like clearing Hassan. This person says Hassan is innocent. Like, let's watch it. And they were like, no, we're fucking bored. Stop watching the video. So this person saw that section of the episode and is like, yeah, as soon as the guy said it wasn't Hassan's fault, he fucking stopped watching the video. It's like, it's because people asked me to stop. I was willing to watch the whole fucking thing. It's so fucking weird, you know what I mean? Like, completely misunderstood the context, completely interpreted things in such a different fucking way. And ironically, if you go back to that video of the coach, I'm just gonna show you this. I'm not trying to get anyone in fucking trouble right now. But the guy, let's see. Just to show you guys something. That, you know what I mean? I'm gonna write dog expert Hassan. Okay. This is the video of the guy that we watched last time, okay? Dog expert reacts to Hassan Piker dog abuse. We got to watch half. I wanted to watch the whole thing, but he did clear Hassan, right? And I was trying to get people to watch it. I'm like, guys, let's watch this. This is going to make you happy because this dog expert is clearing Hassan. But look what the guy wrote in his own chat. This is the guy, the dog expert in this video who cleared Hassan. Here's what he put in his own chat, and he pinned this tweet, this comment. He said, I did my initial reaction, a genuine live reaction. When I was editing the video, I can see that it almost looks like he places his thumb over the contact points. So now he's saying that he thinks the same dog expert that cleared Hassan is saying, now that I'm watching it again, it seems like he might be putting his thumb on the contact points where prongs used to be. And then he says, hey, so too high of a level for her, not the end of the world. So he's saying maybe she did get zapped, maybe too high of a level, not the end of the world. The way he handled it to me just seems off. Anyone else? Yeah, I'm just going to show you guys. This is the comment from the dog expert that cleared Hassan. Okay, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to add anything to his comment. Just this is his follow-up comment to the video that he made where he cleared Hassan. Okay, so take that as you will. Interpret that as you will. You can pause the video and read his comment again. But yeah, and all I'm saying is I wanted people to watch the video because he cleared Hassan, and I was trying to help Hassan. Not that Hassan needs my fucking help. Like, I was trying to, you know, be like, hey, look, Hassan didn't do this fucking horrible thing that he's being accused of doing. But then ironically, you know, the guy that this guy's happy that who's defending Hassan, you know, why am I even pointing that out? Why are you even pointing that out? Like, you pointing that out is you're just helping Hutch and you're helping Nick the Oreo. Shit, like, guys, sometimes, you know what? Like, also something that everyone needs to know. I might say something in my life, like some of the world's most horrible people might have a take that overlaps with mine. And I fucking hope that never fucking happens. I fucking hope that never happens. But just because the world's and the internet's shittiest fucking people, the shittiest little fucking freaks from the darkest corners of the web right now are latching onto this fucking thing and making it their whole fucking personality. But sometimes, folks, sometimes even the worst people will say something that makes you go like, that makes sense. It doesn't completely, just because a shitty person says it doesn't invalidate everything that they say. Not that I'm saying that what those people are saying about Hassan and Kaya is right. You see, even that's gonna be like, the fact that you said that means that it's just... Everybody fucking relax. Everybody relax, god damn it. Cadenza. Member for 7 months sends a message and says, as H3 has faded into irrelevance, a lot of people using that sub have left to become less active. The quality of analysis has gone downhill as a result. Well, that sub is technically a leftovers sub. So a lot of the people on there are very intense Hassan fans. And like the old Snark sub on Reddit was from like, I think it had started as like a Trisha thing. So a lot of diehard Trisha fans, so anything that you had said against that I could criticize Trisha for, I got fucking killed for. And right now, I didn't even criticize Hassan. I was like, hey, some inconsistencies, I would have handled things differently. Fucking, that's it. You're no longer useful to us. That's it. You're only useful to us if you are 100%. You toe the line. You only defend Hassan, and if you say, and even if you're trying to defend Hassan, but you're saying something that is slightly, that sounds like you're not defending him, or that could be used against him, that's it. Like, you're garbage to us. That's how these people are making me feel, kind of. And I don't want to appeal to these people. I don't want to work to satisfy these people. Like, they're a bit too extreme for me. They're a bit too, it's a bit too much. You know what I mean? Like, their priorities, like, are different than mine. You know what I mean? So, and I don't want to be scared of that. I don't want to be scared of my audience, man. Okay, audience capture is fucking real. That shit's dangerous. It's disgusting. Like, if I need to shed some of my viewership, but like the number that remains more accurately, you know, represents. And I know I sound like fucking jank right now, like Jank and Anna. Why can't we just meet in the middle? Why can't Republicans and Democrats get together and have a beer? Why can't we all just have a beer, folks? Huh? Let's have a beer after. So the dating stuff. The streams were removed, and yeah, he did show a video of a professional trainer and cut it. Yeah, so yeah, no, that's not what happened. But again, I showed you guys what the professional trainer had to say after he did the video and after he released it. So, you know. If he doesn't think it's a shock collar and doesn't think Kaya was shocked, what is the point of saying, wow, he really is holding it weird though? I wonder why. So yeah, you see that? So like this person again, like if you don't follow the script 100%, you're a shithead apparently. So if he doesn't think it's a shock collar, so I'm glad that person says, yeah, I said I don't think it's a shock collar. And he doesn't think Kaya was shocked because I said I think Kaya did hit her nail. The video that Ethan's basement like zoomed in on in slow mode, it looked clear. She fucking smacked her do nail. What's it called? Her do nail? Okay, I said that. But then I said, but he is holding. I'm like, but he is kind of holding it weird. I was just keeping it fucking real. Apparently, I shouldn't have said that, you know? Like that's they're saying it because like, I'm leading, you know. So like why? So like I said, but he is holding it weird though. I wonder why. That's obviously leading. It's not fungi behavior to push back against an objectively fake story that's being astroturfed by the worst people online. Again, I'm not going to comment what I think about the holding or whatever. But all I said was I don't think it's a shock collar. I don't think Kaya was shocked. Even though I did say at one point that like the collar does look like a shock collar. I did say it looks more like it from the bulkiness, not with the prongs and everything. But I said, he's holding it weird though. And that is enough to get this person so pissed off that they have to get on Reddit and be like, yeah, this guy is, you know, no longer useful. He's no longer useful to the cause. So bye-bye. That's what they're saying. Hey, that's fine. That's fine. So it's this person. I don't know if you guys can read this whole thing. This person had a lot of issues, but that's okay. It's kind of funny. Not funny, but like, I mean, I take all of this seriously. Paz has just become a member. Paz, welcome to the Do Not Warriors. Thank you so much for supporting the channel, Paz. Very much appreciate you. This person says, Anthony is frustratingly sometimes a bad take factory. He will do the thing where he says shit without verifying, coincidentally almost exactly like the Vanguard. Vanguard, if you guys don't know, if people call me the H3 hate channel, Vanguard is the TYT hate channel, essentially. So he'll do the thing where he says shit without verifying. I've done that sometimes. I should be better about that. But again, you got to keep in mind, sometimes like we're live, I'll comment on the thing for the first time. Sometimes I'll pick a story and I'll like find a video and I'll wait to watch it for the first time on stream to get like an authentic reaction. And maybe that's not the best way. And sometimes I'm learning things on stream as I'm watching it. I'm not a political analyst. I'm not a political expert. A lot of the things that I'm watching, I'm learning. So I understand that as well. I understand that critique. I really enjoy him and team. I like their whole style and topics, etc. He goes through what also seems like a number of YouTube-only streamers at their level go through, which is stun locking on nice chatters who don't know how to read the fucking room. This goes across genres. It's a constant annoyance. I've personally with YouTube live chatters, they're being rude and nobody's ever told them they're being rude. What do they mean? He goes through what also seems like a number of YouTube-only streamers at their level go through, which is stun locking on nice chatters who don't know how to read the fucking room. So does he mean like asshole chatters? This goes across genres. It's a constant annoyance. I've personally with YouTube live chatters, they're being rude and nobody's ever told them they're being rude. Oh yeah, so I was having, I guess, some angry YouTube comments and I did get stun locked at some point. That's why I needed to get up at one point and like leave the room just for a little bit. I'm like, I just need to like, I feel like I can't think clearly. I'm distracted by the comments. I feel like people are getting angry. I'm like, am I doing something wrong? Should I change the topic? Should I do this? Should I do that? I'm just like, I just need a second to collect my thoughts. You can get stun locked on these people because instead of setting boundaries and making the rest of the live chat happy, you don't want to be rude to a rude chatter. I stick to his VODs. I have no idea why this is. It's so glaringly different than how Twitch chatters tend to conduct themselves. Actually, I've never live streamed on Twitch, so I wouldn't know how Twitch commenters are. And I don't watch all that much Twitch. I've been trying to watch some more Twitch recently, trying to watch iDubbbz' streams and a little bit more Hassan. Weird. I thought you hated Hassan. I thought you wanted Hassan to lose his dog. I watch Hassan streams whenever I can. But he streams at a weird time, like for us here in Lebanon. It doesn't really
match up. It doesn't add up. Marina says, please tell them salt and lemon plus beer is really good. Yeah, it's called Mexican beer here in Lebanon, folks. Salt, lemon, and beer. We call that Mexican beer here in Lebanon. Who am I supposed to tell that to? But yeah. You can get stun locked. I have no idea what this is. So, but yeah, so okay, this person is saying that I shouldn't have focused on the negative chat, which I agree with. Oh, I think this is the same one. Okay, so this is another part 2 of his message. There's a couple of other things. He kept holding on to AB far longer than the rest of us here did, with the hope that he would somehow get AB on his pod. It was not stated exactly that way, but every time he would say, we're done going back and forth with you, AB, the real problem is Ethan. You're welcome to come on my pod and talk about it. I'm also paraphrasing. This was several months ago. Like, bruh, that man is not going on your pod for more than one reason. Again, I talked about all those reasons. I was like, hey, it would be nice if he would come on, because I'm like, of course he's not going to come on. He works with Ethan. Ethan would not be cool with that. I always gave those disclaimers when I'm like, hey, if you want to come, and the audience would be like, hey, AB, come on. Like, once AB was in the chat during the fundraiser, and everyone's like, hey, AB, come on the show, come on the show, come on the show. So it's just a thing that we fucking say, but like, I was never actually expecting him to come here. Reason 1, those employees likely can't just like freely talk about their shitty employer is on some podcast, likely even coming down to their contracts, to be honest. And reason number 2, even if magically the employees could just appear on other podcasts to talk about how fucked up my boss is, AB was still working there for a reason. Again, I used to say, like, if AB comes on the show, we're not going to talk about Ethan. What would we have talked about then? Good question. He likes it. He likes his boss. AB has zero incentive to go on DNW, and I'm glad Anthony eventually gave up this shit. Another commenter says, we'll save that one for later. And lastly, one day he said the real government names of Denims and Frogan on his fucking broadcast. This was clearly after those lawsuits were filed, but like months after, maybe. Not sure why he pulled them up. Yeah, my bad. Like, I didn't know, man. And I don't think I read Frogan's name, but I did think I did read Denim's name. Maybe Frogan's name appeared by accident if I was looking at one of the lawsuit papers. But not my intention. I'm very sorry. And I do remember reading Denim's name. I thought it was common knowledge, so apologies. Like, I'm a fan of all these people, so I don't want to do anything to fuck them over. So then they say this was clearly after those lawsuits were filed, but like months after, maybe. Not sure why he pulled them up. He showed them and said them. Not an ounce of hesitation to consider. Just because legal papers exist doesn't mean you need to make weirdos do less work on the internet because you want to just broadcast it to your stream. Anyway, this 0% surprises me. He is somewhat of a bad take factory. Not always, but enough to where I'm not surprised. So I'm a bad take factory, folks. I just have bad takes, apparently. Which I have a lot of bad takes. Not going to argue there. And no one should agree with everything I say. And if someone agrees with a lot of what I say, it's fine. There should be balance. There should be people that agree with me all the time. People that never agree with me. It would be crazy if everyone agreed with me. And I do agree. I have a lot of shitty takes sometimes. Don't we all? Maybe some people less so than others. I'm just make sure that we got through all of these. This one kind of hurt. This one was perhaps the most cruel of all. This person said, never understood why this sub, and they're talking about the leftovers H3 sub. So technically the only snark sub that remains for H3 or something. Never understood why this sub latched onto this random nobody of a streamer just because he liked Ethan at one point in his life. Dude is a bum and has dog shit political analysis. Now, just to be clear, I'm not a political analyst, first of all. We are not a political analyst. I've never claimed to be a political analyst. This show was never meant to be a politics show. We cover politics sometimes, mainly when the war started in Palestine, when the genocide started. I was like, I have to fucking talk about that. Like, I can't do the stupid show I do while my brothers and sisters are getting fucking butchered. And then when the war hit Lebanon, we obviously covered that. I don't talk about politics. I generally just try to talk about Palestine as often as I can. Sometimes, definitely, I'm very interested in politics. I like politics. I like following politics. So when there's something I want to talk about, I talk about. But yes, if you're coming to me for political analysis, don't do that. You can watch Hassan. You can watch Chris Kunzler. There's many other people, many streamers that you can follow. Or you can watch Mike from PA, Central Committee. All of these people have great takes. You know what I mean? But yeah, this one was this. I mean, look, everybody's got haters. You know what I mean? It's nice to have a hater every once in a while. Makes me feel alive, folks. But yeah, never understood why this sub latched onto this random nobody of a streamer just because he liked Ethan at one point in his life. Dude is a bum and has dog shit political analysis. Also, I want to make it like I think it's time to divorce myself from the snark sub. Like if that's what people think, if people are just going to, if this is what people think of me, like I'm just a bum that people latched onto because I don't like Ethan or because I used to like Ethan and now I'm a fallen fan and stuff, then please leave as well. Like this is not how I want people to think of me. This is not how I want people to think of my show. My show was around for 4 years before I ever talked about H3 on the show. I used to mention H3 in the past, just like as a hey, we're inspired by H3. Go check out H3. We used to give him shout outs all the time. Not all the time, but I don't know. But if my show has existed long before H3, before we talked about H3, it will exist after we maybe, I mean, but like, you know, ideally it would continue to exist after the whole H3 thing just fucking dies down. So you're the bum. Fucking random fucking Reddit user. Also, I mean, look, it's also much easier to defend Hassan when you're fucking anonymous. Like when the material you're given to defend Hassan, which isn't much. He's like, hey, look at my collar and a couple of other things. It's much easier to defend to go off of nothing when you're an anonymous fucking Reddit user. My fucking face and name are out here, bro. Do you want me to seriously sit on camera with my name and face and tell you that what my eyes see, like, isn't true? And again, I'm not saying you fucking shocked her. I'm just literally talking about the collars not matching. Or me saying that, like, hey, why didn't he address it right away? Or like, why didn't he do that? Just fuck. Anyways, again, I just lost 5 more subscribers just for saying that. I think that's the last one. Oh, no, one more, folks. This person says, I think this is a nod. Oh, this one was really absurd. This person says, I think this is his nod towards H3. And this one's funny. I think this is a nod towards H3. I remember a few days ago, Ethan and Hila full-on glazed Anthony from DNW podcast and asked him to call in for a discussion. They didn't glaze me, by the way. They glazed me after making fun of me for 15 minutes. So I'm not a... No one thought they were glazing me. And they asked him to call in for a discussion. But after seeing backlash on Leftovers sub, Anthony did wishy-washy talks about wanting to call in if only H3 dropped lawsuits. So this little fucking shit, I'm sorry for calling you a little shit, but like wishy-washy talks, motherfucker. I made clear fucking demands. I'm like, I'm not interested in coming on your show. Here's why I'm not interested in coming on your show. Here's why 5 years ago, 3 years ago, I would have loved to come on your show. I gave very fucking clear reasons as to why I did not want to go on the H3 podcast. Not only did my audience not want to go, I didn't want to go. I didn't see anything that I had to gain from the situation. But the only thing that I felt could come out of this was, hey, what if for some reason he's genuine about really wanting to talk? What if he really wants to have a fallen fan on and genuinely wants to understand why people have stopped watching and what they can do to maybe get back in people's good graces? I was like, if he's down to do that, I'm willing to do that if they drop the fucking lawsuits. And apparently... it was wishy-washy, and I only did it because my audience like showed some backlash. There was pin drop silence from H3. There was no silence. They literally just denied. They rejected. Like, yeah, fuck no. Who the fuck are you to make demands? So now Anthony is giving them hint that keep in mind. I was a massive fan of H3. I stand by what I said. Meaning, pissed, Ethan. I'm your fan. Here, I'm criticizing Hassan. Notice me, senpai. Such a massive disappointment. Anthony turned out to be. So me. The guy who literally was invited onto H3 2 weeks ago and who said, no, thank you, unless you do A, B, and C. Apparently, I'm just dying to get back on the H3 show and to get into Ethan's good graces. My fellow human who wrote this, if I wanted to get into H3's good graces, wouldn't have I just fucking accepted the invitation 2 weeks ago and gone on the show and fucking glazed Ethan and Hila as you claim that I want to do? Please, senpai, papa, Ethan, please take me back. I'm sorry, I talked shit about you. Please, I love you. Like, if that's what you think I did or I want to do, then you must be a fucking dumbass, because I literally had the opportunity to fucking call in, man, and fucking do whatever the fuck I wanted to. Tell Ethan I love him, whatever it is you think I wanted to do. Instead, I was like, let me try to do some good with that invitation. Let me try to actually ask Ethan to get the lawsuits fucking dropped. Which honestly is weird because I think I'm one of the first people to like do that publicly when there are much bigger people way closer to the situation that could have done that. Like, to be honest with you, I don't recall Hassan asking Ethan to drop the lawsuits until after I did. And well, Anthony, how does Hassan? Michael, the clip of me asking to drop the lawsuits went viral. Hassan has liked a bunch of my tweets. I know he sees my tweets. He might have actually seen it, but like I was actually out there calling for people for Ethan to drop the lawsuits, and I used that as a condition before anyone else was even like openly talking about it or like making clips about it. Like, I don't know, man. I just find this again to be a stretch, a stupid take. And like I don't base the things that I see from like the things that I say on your sub, and this is why today's stream is important. Like divorce, snark sub. I know a lot of you guys watch us on there, but like the ones of you that are like this, that are like, hey, no, you can't say anything that contradicts anything on the sub, or we're gonna unsubscribe, or we're gonna ask you to apologize to Hassan, or else we unsubscribe. Toodles. So long, farewell. What's the song? I need to say goodbye. Adieu, adieu to you and you and you. Goodbye. Bye-bye. That's all I can say. You know? It's just been an annoying couple days, and I just want to not deal with these people anymore. You know? And bro, like the snark sub, they used to love us. You know what I mean? There's like some creepy ass fucking posts on there about me as well, and I let that shit slide, man. I'm like, hey, whatever. Like you say one thing that's like, hey, Hassan's not an animal abuser. He loves Kaya. Kaya lives like a queen. But you know, the apology I thought wasn't great, and the explanation wasn't great. Hey, oh hey, look at this piece of shit. Look at this dumb motherfucker. He's just trying to get back into Ethan's fucking good graces. He just wants Hassan. He just wants Ethan to notice me, senpai. He's a fucking bum. He's like, oh shit. Okay, fuck. All right. Hey, enjoy. So, anyways, these are the Reddit comments. Sorry, that took longer than I thought it would. Sorry if the shit is like overly negative and shit. It is just Reddit, guys. It is. Jim D. Duker says W in the chat for Anthony. Well, thank you, Jim. Thank you. Olivia LaRue just became a member. Thank you, Olivia. Welcome to the channel. We're a centrist channel, Olivia. We're here. We're only centrists here. I'm a lib. I'm a liberal. I'm just like Jank and Anna. Jim says, please tell Medina not to bribe us into putting salad in our beer. You got to put some salad in your beer, Jim. Why can't we all just be centrists, folks? Life is better in the middle. I'm kidding. So yeah, sorry. Cadenza sends $5 and says, I hope you know that just because of these freaks and that sub are saying this shit doesn't mean Hassan fans have turned on you or whatever. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know, because they're gonna be like, hey, Hassan, this fucking guy, this guy you shouted out once is saying you shocked your dog. It's like, why the fuck did I say that? And they're treating me like someone who literally is saying that. And they're treating me like Keemstar, and they're treating me like all that shit. Someone was even like, look, he pulled up a video from Drama Alert. I literally pulled that up because it's the only channel talking about this. Like, I was like, hey guys, ignore some, and I literally even gave a disclaimer, like some of my sources are like fucking assholes, but like they're the ones sharing these clips online, and I wanted to react to some of these clips. I'm like, look, ignore who's sharing these. Even today, I have some clips that we're gonna watch from Hassan. New clips where they're saying that he's abusing fucking Kaya, bro. And yeah, they're all shared by like Yeet and Solionath. I know who the fuck that person is. And Drama Alert. And Antonio Chavez. I don't know who the fuck these people are. And Nicholas De Oreo. All of these people share them. And disclaimer from now, I'm not sharing these channels because I follow them on Twitter. I'm not sharing these videos because I support these people. I'm just sharing to show how far they've now gone. Like, they've now gone way past that one clip that went viral. This is what they're like. This is how fucking insane it's gone. Look at this now. Oh, irrelevant. Look at this. A new Kaya clip and Collargate is making waves right now. What do you think? Look how fucking crazy this is.
A commemorative mug I got from England. Commemorative mug I got from England specifically for when I was there when he was getting commemorated.
Oh, so sorry. Did you see this? So apparently,
commemorative mug I got from England.
I feel like he didn't. Apparently, the argument they're trying to make is like he didn't like how she was sitting. Like he doesn't like that her head was here, so he's watching.
From England.
So he pulled over and pressed the button just so that she changes positions, folks.
Commemorative mug I got.
This is how stupid this whole argument has become, by the way. This is how stupid it has become, where they're literally claiming that this
from England specifically.
And like, you know, dogs change their fucking positions when they're sleeping. Like, do you have to be a dog expert to say that? When you're sleeping in bed, don't you toss and turn in your bed? Don't you fucking move to the other side? Don't you switch pillows? Don't you fucking, like, anytime Hassan reaches to the side now, so here's what they're going to do now. They're going to go back and watch old streams and try to match anytime Hassan does this and anytime Kaya moves at the same time. If Hassan does this and Kaya moves, that's it. He is zapping her. That is the argument now.
For when I was there, when he was getting commemorated, when he was getting crowned as the king. Well, England.
And this is just apparently he's shocking her just because he doesn't like her. Like, this is how crazy the arguments have gotten. And by me showing this, I'm literally just showing you how stupid this whole thing has become, how bad faith it is. It's always been bad faith. It's always been bad faith. But now it's like actually, like, as if Yeet is the ultimate carer for animals. Yeet, the ultimate fighter for animal rights and animal welfare. Is Yeet. Of course, folks. Of course. Who else we got? Sol Leonath. Look at this. Hassan admitted on stream that he literally ties his dog to her bed to train her to sit still for hours and hours on end while he streams. Where more? Okay, look at this fucking thing. More and more footage of Hassan and his dog surfaces online. Hutch, just react. Look at this clip.
Absolute garbage.
Again, I believe this is crazy. I do not follow Drama Alert. I'm not a fan of Drama Alert. For anyone, I'm only checking this because these are the crazy fucking freaks that are sharing this on Twitter. So this is why we're looking at Drama Alert right now.
Did you compare this to the Japanese airport experience? Yeah, the Japanese airport experience is like everything works, everything is fast. Kaya, place.
Grabs the thing.
Get back there. What is this?
So now they're saying he's grabbing a thing. And again, Hassan did say that he has a vibration collar. So if he is pressing something, and if this is actually Hassan reaching somewhere and clicking something, he says he's got a vibration collar. So it's a vibration collar. Or it's not even that. He's not even reaching to anything. He's reaching to get a zin, as he says. But yeah, like this is where the internet has gone to now. This is where they're at. And Kira, by the way, Kira, this Twitter account, we're not going to react to anything else. This is literally it. Kira, which I call, this is the moist critical of Twitter. You want the moist critical of Twitter? This is it. It's this account. It's literally Charlie, but if it were a Twitter account. They have that poor dog. This is, by the way, like the most mainstream normie account on Twitter. If they're posting shit like this, like, you know, the shit has gone like uber mainstream.
Half of the goddamn country is like a lobotomy recipient. What the fuck? What do we do? It's over. It's fucking done. It's done.
So dreaming and all that bullshit. But anyways, yeah, Dreadful Utopia says she's not yelping, and that is an inconsistency, like in their own story. If they're like, look, that first clip when he zapped her, she yelped, but then in all these other clips where you're claiming that he's zapping her, she's not yelping. None of this is making any more sense. At this point, this has just become an easy way to target Hassan. Essentially, everybody loves dogs. Nobody likes animal abuse. So they're like, if they can make him look bad using Kaya as a proxy, then that's what they're going to do. And it seems to be working for them. Like, one half of the internet is eating it up. And I never wanted to contribute to this. And to the people that thought that I was trying to contribute to this, I wasn't, okay? I just thought Hassan did a shitty job defending himself. And if I'm going to be put in a position where I need to, like, defend him for his behalf, it's like, give me something to help you, man. Give me something to help. Or else my defense is going to be as vague as your defense of yourself. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, the real defense, the biggest defense of Hassan is the 2 years of footage that he has of Kaya on stream. That is the biggest defense. That is the biggest proof that it's fine. And look, this has become a very toxic topic. Like, even Pokimane, right? Pokimane has a podcast. Hassan was supposed to be a guest with Pokimane on their podcast this week. They canceled that because they're like, now's not a good time. Like, you know, it's like a shitty time right now for Hassan. He just got to get over it. You know, Kaya's going to be fine.
I think he's gonna become. I'm sure he's gonna become more lax with Kaya. I'm sure you're gonna see Kaya missing from her bed a little bit more. He's gonna let her walk around a little bit more. He's not gonna say place as often. Like he's gonna think twice about that. He's gonna be like, you know what? It's not a good look. People don't like it when I tell my big dog to. And again, I talked about my story when I was babysitting my coach's big German Shepherd. That dog barely fucking moved. Whatever room I was sitting in, the dog would fucking sit in that room on his bed. He would sometimes get up to like switch positions or to bark at like delivery drivers. That was it. He was an older dog, to be fair. Kaya's only about 2 years old. That was an older German Shepherd, but he barely fucking moved. He was a big fucking dog, like big. He's a big old German Shepherd. Didn't move. Barely fucking moved. Okay? I'll say that. Like a dog just sitting there for hours is very fucking normal from what I've seen. And I'm not a dog owner. I'm not a dog expert, but the one big dog that I babysat for multiple, like I've babysat him for like a total of 8 days or something. Barely fucking moved, man. Sweet little fucking dog. Massive dog, but fucking sweet. Ooh, Pokimane clarified that a staffer made that statement without her permission. Oh, okay, so the pod is still going? Is the pod still happening? And everyone knows the dog is well cared for. It's just, I just wanted to clarify, like I didn't feel comfortable talking about any other topic. I didn't feel comfortable covering anything on the show, doing a regular episode without just talking about this. Getting it all out there, telling you guys that even though we recently celebrated 30,000 subs, we might be going back down to 29.9 thousand, but that's okay. That's okay. Also, I've chosen, I think, a horror game to play. I think I've chosen The Quarry. It was either between Alien Isolation, The Quarry, or Outlast. I think The Quarry seems to be the most fun. It's the most expensive. It's fucking $60. It's a full price game, but it seems to be the most fun. Now I'm just questioning whether we do Halloween horror gaming on this channel or on the gaming channel, but I want to do some Halloween horror gaming. It's spooky season. We're going to do The Quarry. I'm going to buy it tomorrow. I'm going to download it tomorrow. We might even start The Quarry tomorrow night, Artful Decadence. We might even start it tomorrow night. It's going to be a fun story-based horror game. Irene the Dream says, honestly, I'm so overwhelmed by the Kaya thing that I might need to take a few weeks off of work. I know my boss will understand. Really? That's like the most parasocial thing ever. Let me see if there's anything I want to talk about. The Gaza ceasefire needs its own time. I don't want to just fucking half-ass this. Clinton and Condoleezza Rice comments. Zayo cringe. Look, I'm going to save this stuff for another stream. I don't want to half-ass this stuff. There's some interesting stuff that I want to talk about. I've already been going for an hour and a half. And there's some heavy stuff. I looked into Dark Pictures, but it looked less fun than The Quarry, to be honest with you. And again, sorry, this is a very casual stream. I had some other topics ready to go, like some Zionist videos, some Zionist influencers. There's a lot of Gaza ceasefire stuff that I want to watch. Mainly people like rebuilding their homes and restoring their homes. I think we'll do that tomorrow. Let's just love... I've played Dead Space before, all ups. I'm going to, I think, call it a night today. I just wanted to get this off my chest. And tomorrow I'll be back with like a normal stream. I'll try to game tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll try to do 2 streams, a gaming stream and a main channel stream. I'm too tired to go over all these topics, and I want to do them justice. There's some updates for some stuff. Ooh, you know what? Let me give you guys some reviews. Let me give you guys some movie reviews. You guys are here. Let's do that at least, right? Smashing Machine and Tron. You guys want some movie reviews real quick? Let's start. Let me just pull up the posters. First off, we got The Smashing Machine, folks, starring The Rock, directed by Benny Safdie. The Crazy Mir says he's just doubling down. I'm not doubling down on anything, guys. I don't even call it doubling down. Wait, who's the easy? Let me find that person. What is that person saying? He does. I honestly left confused. He said he doesn't think Hassan would ever shock Kaya. I did. I never said that. He would never shock Kaya. So The Smashing Machine starring The Rock, folks. This movie flopped. It's been out for 2 weeks, already 2 weekends. It's not made any money, so I know you guys are going to go watch it in theaters. What I'll tell you is The Rock gave a good performance. The movie was kind of boring. Kind of boring. Nothing happens. It just feels very documentary-like. The Rock does give a good performance. He needed a movie like this. The Rock has been playing himself for the last like fucking 10 years, making shitty, generic fucking actors. They're all the same. San Andreas, The Burning Building. they're all bad, okay? He's not been in a good movie in a while. This movie, like, is well shot. It's very well done. The performances are great. The Rock is good. It's just fucking boring. Like, this is a movie that you can watch at home. Even if you're an MMA fan, like, you're going to see some faces you recognize. This is not worth fucking watching in the theater by no fucking means. It was really boring. There's no through line really in the story. It's just like a bunch of scenes that happen. He's fighting with his girlfriend here. It's a little short fight here. He's fighting with this person here. Oh no, he's crying about doing drugs here. Like, it's fine. Okay, I'm not giving you guys a really good review. And plus, who likes The Rock? You know what I mean? I'm not a fan of The Rock anymore. Like, as an actor, he's kind of a douche. He pisses in like water bottles and gives them to his assistants and stuff. Kind of a shitty person overall. Anyway, Smashing Machine, watch it at home. It's kind of boring. It's a movie you want to be able to pause, go do something else. You know what I mean? Maybe do something that'll make you enjoy the thing a bit more. It's not even like generic. It's just like boring, man. Like, there's no, like, they don't build it around like, okay, there's this tournament that he has to fight in at the end. Like, there is a tournament at the end, but it's not built towards, I have this goal, I need to do this. It's just kind of like everything happens haphazardly. Here's a scene from here. Here's an argument here. He's training at the gym here. There's not like this strong fucking through line. You know what I mean? That's like really holding it together. And it feels like it's missing like a first act or something. Just strange. Well done. A handsomely made film. Well directed. But very well acted for The Rock. Like, he needed something like this to really humble himself. Fucking really immerse himself in a role. And the fact that the movie flopped is also humbling for The Rock. Like, here you go, bro. Like, fucking learn a little lesson. Do some real fucking movies. Try to make some real fucking art. It might flop at the box office, but this is not about ego. It's about literally humbling yourself and committing yourself to your craft. So, it happened. This movie's kind of shit. It's the movie overall is a little boring. Not shit, just boring. Just boring. But excuse me, folks. Ceasefire Gaza and also reviews the release of Palestinian detainees. We'll try. Nour said they're suggesting, if someone, Polish pusher, suggested a fun comment on Discord where I should get Bunker Cat to teach me how to deal with negative comments. Maybe we should. Bunker Cat would just threaten everyone, I feel. And then the second review I'm quickly going to give you guys, and this one's controversial because it stars fucking, I hate to say, Jared Leto, folks. Jared Leto. Ugh. Tron Ares. Tron Ares. Except whatever, man. Open the fucking picture. So Tron Ares, folks, starring Jared Leto as Ares. Now here's the thing about Tron Ares, okay? Tron movies have never been good. You want my honest opinion? The first one, the original one from the 80s, I watched it later in life. I thought that movie fucking sucks. It looks cool, kind of. It looked cool at the time, I'm sure. It was boring as fuck. I can't remember anything from that movie. It was just, when it came out in the 80s, it was cool, it looked cool, it sounded cool. I found it really boring, very hard to sit through. When Tron Legacy came out in like 2012 or some shit, I was fucking pumped about that. The Daft Punk fucking soundtrack, the trailers made it look like such a good fucking movie. I remember I went to watch it in IMAX 3D opening night with like my best fucking friends. We fucking went prepared, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. You know, we took some consumables that would make the movie more entertaining. We were fucking ready. And it was fucking disappointing. Tron Legacy was boring as fuck. The best part about that movie was the fucking Daft Punk soundtrack. It is still 12 years later, or however long that movie came out, like fucking 15 years later, I still listen to the Tron Legacy Daft Punk soundtrack. I think of these songs at least once a week. Like, I think of that soundtrack at least once a week. Truly a fucking masterpiece, that soundtrack. The visuals in the film were also very nice. Like, it's very trippy looking and stuff, but just the movie, the story was just kind of fucking boring. But I haven't watched it in a long time. I wonder if it's aged well, because it was directed by the guy who made Top Gun, the new Top Gun. It was directed by the guy who did the new Top Gun, and he did F1. So that guy makes some visually nice movies. That guy knows how to make a fun, exciting, like, action movie with very immersive visuals. So Tron Legacy nailed it from the visual perspective, and they nailed it from the music perspective. The movie was just kind of boring. Tron Ares, now 15 years later, and it didn't make a lot of money. The first Tron didn't make a lot of money in the 80s. They tried to reboot it in 2012 or whatever. They're like, yeah, is it going to make money? Again, it didn't make a lot of money. People were kind of bored with it. No one really showed up on opening weekend. Tron Ares, again, just came out. Didn't make a lot of money opening weekend. It made like $33 million. So considering its budget is like $180 million, it's not making enough money. It's not going to get a sequel. And if it does get a sequel, they're going to make it in like another 10 to 15 years. But is the movie actually fun? Hot take, I think it is. I liked it. It's the best Tron movie out of the three. I'll be honest with you guys. Like, Tron Legacy had a beautiful visuals, beautiful soundtrack. This movie has beautiful visuals, a great soundtrack by 9 Inch Nails. Honestly, they fucking nailed it. Like, the soundtrack is almost as good as the fucking Daft Punk. It is really fucking good. And the way I describe this movie is you're literally going to be watching a 2-hour music video for really good fucking 9 Inch Nails music. That's what it is. If you want some cool fucking visuals to go along, some really fucking badass music, then I think it's really fun. The problem is fucking Jared Leto, who's a fucking has he been accused of like being a pedophile or something? I know he's a fucking creep and he's a fucking cult leader and he's done a bunch of shit with like his followers and stuff. Weird fucking guy. I fucking hate him. He's the least interesting part of the film. He could have been replaced by any actor on the fucking face of the earth. It would not have made a fucking difference for the film. Like, him being in it adds nothing. He's so cold. It's such a wooden performance. It literally could have been anyone. So he neither adds nor detracts anything from the movie. If anything, he sucks out some of the charisma from the film. But just in terms of, honestly, just the soundtrack was to die for. If you go there in a slightly altered state of mind, grab some fucking snacks. If you like 9 Inch Nails, if you enjoy good, and I don't even like electronic music, but Tron music hits fucking different. It looked fucking dope. The story's kind of stupid, but like the visuals and the audio carried it. The story was less boring than Tron Legacy's story. At least it had that going for it. Less of a boring story, dope visuals, insane music. If you're gonna watch this, like, watch it in IMAX. I'll give you the opposite. Like, The Smashing Machine starring The Rock, watch it at home. If you're gonna watch it at home or never watch it. Tron Legacy, or Tron Ares, either never watch it or watch it in fucking IMAX. Like, either go all out, spend a $20 ticket, $20 on an IMAX ticket, really go all the fuck out, or never watch it in your life, because it's never gonna hit the same at home. It might. The music is still good, but like, that's my take. Watch Tron Ares, even though it didn't make a lot of money. It's making $35 million. If you want another Tron movie, go out and support it. If you don't, this franchise is probably dead at this point, because 3 flops in a row, it's not enough, to carry a whole franchise. Folks, I would like to thank you all for joining me tonight on this weird stream, which is not going to make things any better, I'm sure, with anyone. But I just had to clarify where I stand. Tell some people that were like threatening me with unsubbing from the channel that, hey, oh, there we go, losing more subs right now. I wonder if Reddit is talking about this or whatever the fuck is happening. Doesn't matter, folks. Let's get to 29,000 subs. Let's lose 30K subs. Let's get back to 29K. I would like to thank everyone who donated today, everyone who joined our live stream. I will be back. We will see you tomorrow and the rest of the week for some fun live streams. We will join we're gonna do a 29K subscriber stream tomorrow, folks. Going from 30K to 29K subs. Let's fucking celebrate. All the dead weight, bye-bye. Remember, folks, I might say something once that mildly criticizes someone you like. And if you can't handle the mildest of criticisms, then I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Anyways. Good night, everyone. We love you. You're not going to get the song that you want today. We're going to get another song, but that's okay.
Never waiting for us, girl. It ran one step ahead as we followed in the dance.
Take it away, Richard Harris.
Between the parted pages, and we're pressed in love's hot fevered iron, like a striped pair of pants. MacArthur's Park is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no. yellow cotton dress, foaming like a wave on the ground around your knees. The birds like tender babies in your hands, and the old men playing checkers by the trees. This park is melting in the dark, all the sweet green icing flowing down. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think that I can take it, 'cause it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have the recipe again.
Good night, everybody.